Hey guys, what is up? Big Red Reviews here, back again with another episode of the Big Red Podcast. It has been about 2 to 3 weeks. I just got back from London. I've been gone for 2 weeks. Doomsday trailer drops at like midnight. A lot to talk about. We saw Spider-Man. We'll talk about that as well. Probably have some differentiating opinions on it. Doomsday trailer dropped. We can maybe touch, not WandaVision, Vision Quest, because that's another trailer that got announced as well. And all the other stuff. I think, should we lead with the trailer or should we lead with Spider-Man?
Let's watch the trailer.
All right.
Have everything be all caught up.
We've already seen the trailer, so we're just gonna go ahead and review it. Here we go.
Just a quick playthrough.
I'm watching it through the computer.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room. Or a shot.
He used to be different.
Used to be different. All we know. So
He used to be kind. He used to be caring.
Magneto.
And then everything he loved was taken from
His
him.
parents or his. So the people are saying this can either be his son and wife or him and his mom died. It's obviously his son and wife.
That he was broke.
Alright, so not much to see in that first part, but they are establishing that the Fantastic Four do have ties with Victor, which is good because the core of this is always Reed and we'll get into Reed in a second. Like Reed and Victor's friendship turned enemies and whatever. Yeah, I mean there's really not much to see here. I mean, this confirms Doom is going after some of the kids, which we've kind of theorized and known for a while now, especially after Fantastic Four's end credit scene with him and Franklin. So why he wants the kids, I don't know.
Sitting on some kind of throne.
Yeah. Where is this throne? Is that the TVA? Is that there's another theory that that's Kang's old place. That's a big theory going on. That's like Kang from Loki, like his room that he was in. That's another theory that's been big for a while.
Battleworld?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that shot of Doom could very well be the end of the movie.
Could be the end, yeah.
Where because like we'll get into like what we think's gonna happen because there's some leaks that have come out, and these trailers keep proving some of these things that might happen. So we'll get into this. Like, whose Earth is this? That's one of the big things. There's 3 answers to that. It's either our Earth, which I really don't think it's our Earth. The X-Men, which it's probably the X-Men's Earth.
Yeah.
And the third one is Toby. I mean, if you look at the comments, everyone keeps mentioning Toby versus the X-Men, and there's a big reason as to why that is. Which is
Let's finish this up.
We'll finish it up.
Kind of touch base on everything.
Oh, shit. All right.
Well, it's already halfway through.
Victor, did you do this?
Did you do this? Okay, so that I just want to mention quick. First off, RDJ's eye acting, incredible. Second off, Pedro Pascal is getting flowers for this delivery, but I don't think he's getting enough flowers for how good this delivery is in this trailer. Because with 2 lines, he sells to us that the whole history between him and Victor. Because everyone's like, we need a movie of them together. We need a movie. The fact that he can just convey that with those 2 words, and then RDJ's acting like he's like just not there. Like he's not there at all. Like he just doesn't care. Phenomenal acting. I just want to point that out. That is the highlight of the trailer. Ant-Man and his daughter again. I really like. This is like the one shot. Yeah, this is the one shot of the trailer where I just I don't care about his daughter, and Ant-Man's probably dead. So.
All of you have lived stolen lives.
So that confirms we see Magneto crying. Why is Magneto crying? So he let it slip a while ago that he blows up New Jersey. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's after that. Maybe that's him doing an incursion, which we'll get into in a bit. And we see... We'll finish this up quick. Loki.
The flowers you must
Everyone
give
just...
them back.
First off, Artie.
Answer me, Victor! Did you do this?
Okay, so... Well, let's save that part for the last. So, we see, like, Doom's low-key right. If you think about it. Doom is low-key right. Like, Thor should not have a daughter. He basically took eternity from Gore.
Yep.
Wanda made her own family. Strange went through the multiverse. What's it called?
Cap went back into a different timeline.
Cap went back to a different timeline to have a kid with Peggy. Ant-Man, low-key, went through the quantum realm and multiverse to save his daughter and they would come back and stuff. So all these people, it's very valid, and because the big thing is a lot of people are like, this isn't built up. Maybe Doom himself isn't built up, but the idea of like multiverse and abusing the multiverse has been a thing since Endgame. Literally, Tony says in Endgame, he's like, if you mess with the multiverse messes back. I mean, we've literally known this, and I think, granted, it hasn't been built up as connected as it should have been, but the hints are there that like they weren't going to keep getting away with all this, and now Doom's just like, well, my family's dead, and I'm supposed to suck it up, but you guys can have the. So we get his motives. I mean, I understand his motives. Where, and here we go with the final scene, which we saw.
I swear you will beg for a hell long before I grant it.
I mean.
Answers to me.
Woo!
For I am Doom.
We'll leave it right there for now. All right, so we get a new angle of the Thor vs. Doom fight, and they're really hammering home this fight as like the big centerpiece, which means like we really haven't seen shit. This is either at the end of the movie or the beginning, and I like to think this is the beginning, and Thor just gets his ass whooped. There's rumors that Thor's gonna lose an arm or something. I don't know, but and this shot right here wasn't a trailer from D20. So there's like this leaked footage that came out about a year ago, and it has this shot, and it has a team up shot of like Cap, Shang-Chi, and all of them right during this scene. So I think that's real, and it's kind of crazy like how this shit's getting leaked.
There's been a lot of like leakage of like stuff that's like this is a scene from a fight scene in the movie.
It's just hard to tell nowadays because AI, like I mean, back in like No Way Home, it would be so fake. It's funny, but now it's like all right. And people keep mentioning Toby, and I think that's the big reason. I had some people ask me why they keep seeing Toby mentioned. The big thing is that the movie opens apparently. If you remember in the first trailer, Professor X's old ass is at the window and like the Earth blows up. He's just like that. And apparently you can hear Toby scream. And apparently that's Toby's Earth. And now the movie's going to start with him fighting the X-Men. I guess Wolverine and Deadpool are going to infiltrate. Because as you know, if you don't know, we talked about this a little bit about incursions. Incursions are with two Earths. Literally, if you don't blow one of them up, then both of your worlds are going to blow up. So the X-Men create a device that they send Wolverine and Deadpool in apparently. And they're going to try to blow Toby's Earth up, so Toby has to fight. As you know, in Toby's world, there's no, like, event. It's really just him. So, that's why everyone's like, you gotta get behind me. I'm, Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is all thought. You know, it's all, like, assuming this is what's happening.
We don't know for sure, but this has been something that's been, like, in the memory of Doomsday for, like, years now. Like, a year now. And here's my thing. It's like, if it goes the way people think it's going to go, where Toby's going to end up fucking dying... I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like, all right, like, you're starting your movie killing off, like, probably everyone's favorites. Like, we all grew up with Toby, you know?
I've heard even some people talk about how, like Toby doesn't have anybody, but it's like, now they might have his, like, Rose Gallery of villains helping in a fight against the X-Men. So it's like X-Men's reality versus Toby's reality. Now, if they're saying, like, Doc Ock is, like,
gonna be
good from the old movie where you got
with the chip.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense as well. I did see that because it's like, you know, the only thing that can bring everyone together is like the world exploding. So all of them are going to team up. Now, people are also saying that, Toby's going to like die here. But then in Secret Wars, it's going to be him, Deadpool, and Wolverine in the beginning because they're the only ones that aren't going to be on Battle World. So if they kill Toby, I just hope we see... that cannot be the end of Toby. I mean, that would just not really... I think it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And I know they're going to play it as, like, a dramatic... Like, the X-Men obviously don't want to do this. I was having this convo with Billy the other night. My friend Billy, he was like, I just don't get how Professor X would be on that side of, like, let's blow the other Earth.
It's his reality. I mean...
Yeah, I know, because Billy's been watching X-Men 97. You know, Professor X is all about for all humanity. But it's like, I think in that scenario, you know, it's like...
his humanity. Yeah. Not the humanity
and he doesn't
look
good in these trailers. Professor X is probably dead in the first 10 minutes of this fucking movie anyways. I'm tired of seeing him die. But, yeah, so that's the trailer. I mean, Doom is doing what he needs to do. I really think this movie is just going to be 2.5 hours of Doom just fucking killing shit, honestly. And people keep saying, like, we're not going to, like, care for Doom. Infinity War did such a good job of making us care for Thanos. Thanos had the most screen time in that movie. And so, obviously, Doom is going to have that as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this confirms that Steve went to the Fantastic Four universe. That's another theory going around, is that because we see two Steves, we see Steve how he looks in Endgame at the end of Endgame, and we see Steve, he looks older with a beard and longer hair. Because the current theory is we see that shot of Loki, and it looks like he's in Steve's house. Yeah. And the theory is that Loki's like, hey, I'm going to send you to a universe you don't exist in so you can just live, because you can't stay in like the main MCU timeline. And then that's what causes the incursion. And then the main theory is like they're all on that ship at the end of the Thunderbolts end credit scene, and Doom's good for a while. And I think that's why when we see Reed being like, did you do this? It's because Doom turned then.
And some of this jumping around could be because of some of the movement from like Cap going to another reality, and then that causing an incursion, and that kills his reality, and then his wife and son die or whatever the case.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure Steve. We don't know if Steve's son's gonna die or not. We know. I mean, we see that shot of Johnny and Franklin, which looks like an incursion. So I mean, like, I just don't see them killing the Fantastic Four this early. Like there's some. Obviously, I think this movie is gonna do Battle World, which means everyone's gonna die. Doom resurrects everyone without their memories, and you're on and that's gonna lead into Secret War. I think that's what's gonna happen. But I don't know. There's just so many theories.
I've also heard, like it's all theories and rumors, and another theory was that gap when they're all discussing what's going on, and it's like, oh, it looks like somebody's cropped out of there. That might actually be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. That Fantastic Four saved throughout that fight of the incursion, and they brought him back, and that's what caused Spider-Man's tracker to go off as they enter.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting because I was gonna bring that tracker up. I'm glad you mentioned it because apparently for spoilers for Brand New Day. By the way,
we jumped around a little bit.
Spoilers for Brand New Day. The end credits scene. People were kind of shitting on it. I don't really know why. Like it's like
it's just a nugget, Just enjoy the nugget.
How is Ned?
Yeah.
Making like how can you track something? It's meant to
too
use
far
something
into
that's
it.
fun here.
Yeah.
It's showing that there's a Spider-Man. It's
because Ned's the Hobgoblin and he has the magical touch.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do that ever. But we'll get to Brand New Day in a second because I would like to talk about it. But yeah, with that, I do think Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets taken off of Earth. Obviously, I think everyone gets taken off of Earth and goes to Battle World because I don't think Tom Holland's going to be in Doomsday. I think he's going to be in Secret Wars.
I think that's a main reason why we're getting Tobey Maguire because Sony has like Tom Holland locked down, and it's like, well, we'll give you Toby.
We'll give you 40-year-old. And also, like, I do think this is like the finale of, like I said, the multiverse. So any chance we get to see Hugh one more time, or Toby, or maybe even Andrew, like any of these legacy characters, Blade. I think this is it, because after this, then we're going back to one timeline. Because like we're done with the multiverse. Remember in Deadpool, it was like we tried the multiverse, it didn't
keeping
work.
it open ended.
Yeah, I think Marvel themselves are done with it. But yeah, so yeah, that is interesting because the tracker for split second flashes, and there's some numbers that pop up, and apparently those numbers are Toby's Earth. It's like 1-4 whatever the hell. So. That's actually a very good point. It's either Toby on that ship that's cut out or Doom.
Again, it's not my theory. It's a theory I've seen. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting one.
Pretty interesting one for sure.
Then we get a good amount of Toby. I think everybody's happy with that.
Toby, as long as like you just don't kill Toby. I think it's just
Toby
too
might
easy.
make it a Battle World.
Okay, I mean I think he'll be in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Andrew. I don't know. Like again, I love seeing these characters again, but it's like. What are we gonna end it with? Because just don't kill Toby.
There's gonna be death and destruction for sure. It's gonna be...
like that's what we were scared about going into Deadpool Wolverine. Like as much as I love seeing Wolverine with like Deadpool, I'm like Logan ended really good. It's like obviously now with the multiverse it doesn't matter, but and then there's really nothing else. There's that shot of when he lands and apparently he gets hit by Mjolnir. It looks like. Yeah. Someone said he's time slipping. Billy is like. Obsessed with the idea that Doom is time slipping because it looks like remember in Loki when he's like like that it looks like he's time slipping, and the theory is because he has two suits, have you seen a second suit he has? So apparently he's going to be in this first suit when he's good, and whenever they're up in that thing that he gets thrown out of, that's when he's like, oh, actually I'm evil, and Steve throws the hammer. And I think that's when he turns into this suit, which I think this is his main suit, obviously, and he's raising the Sentinels. And I hear everyone like, why does he need Sentinels?
Do we think RDJ is a bait and switch?
See, that's the other theory, like RDJ, because everyone's like looking.
Can that be a thing? Like, I mean, you're bringing RDJ back, but it's like you're just gonna get rid of him and say, oh, that was just like an inferior Doom.
Yeah, I think RDJ's
Cillian Murphy.
That was the big fan cast for a while. Mads Mikkelsen was another one that would have been really good. John sent me that.
I've seen some things where they talk about like the different eye color, like within the masks of Doom, but it's like
someone zoomed in on his eyes like this. RDJ has like a mole right here, and they saw it. It's like that's RDJ. Like I don't think. Now I do think we're gonna see RDJ play different characters in these. I think we're gonna see a Tony. Like I don't like.
Maybe just like
one more Tony,
just like a jacket suit, not even like
maybe
an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, because him and Thor and a couple people did Thor like he's actually real. They did a thing for one of the new rides, and RDJ was like Tony again. It was just like surreal seeing RDJ as Tony again in 2026. But I could easily see him being like, there's an Iron Man variant, and we see him as Iron Man one more time just for like the fuck of it. Because it's like again, this is the last time for us to see certain things. Like I don't really think we're gonna see RDJ again after these movies. I don't think we're gonna see Steve again. And as we know, Doomsday comes out next month again, a re-release, and there's 9 minutes of extra footage, and apparently that footage we're gonna see Steve returning the stones, which is something we wanted to see for a long time, and maybe something happens
Not
there.
Doomsday, Endgame.
Oh, Endgame. Sorry, Endgame comes out, and there's 9 minutes of additional footage, and they said this is gonna kind of help tie in Endgame because apparently like Doomsday, it's weird because like they want Doomsday to be like a successor to Endgame, but it's like. Well, then you had all this shit in the middle, you know. But, so apparently we're going to see him return the stones, and that's probably going to lead him to returning home and probably meeting Loki, and Loki's going to be like, hey, and that'll lead into Doomsday. So that's going to be interesting. That's all for me on Doomsday. I mean, you know, we'll probably get another trailer here in like 2 months. And
yeah, it's like how much, I feel like they're showing a pretty good amount of like,
we're 4 months away.
They're showing a pretty good amount of like interesting stuff. Like they're giving us some good meat here to chew on.
I know. I think they're giving us meat, but not what is not spoil. Like everyone's like, oh my god, is this Thor Doom fight like the pinnacle of the movie? I really don't think it is. I think it's like.
I agree. What's so funny is though, even like the same thing kind of happened. Infinity War kicks off with like Thor getting his ass kicked by Thanos, and it's like now he's going to be the messenger again if that's the case.
I don't think that's.
He's going to be like, well, I got my shit punched in by Doom, and he's coming.
He's coming. It's going to be interesting because Thor already knows of Doom when he's giving that speech. And again, some of this footage can be fake. I mean, most of these shots probably won't even be in the damn movie. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this movie. That's all for me on Doomsday right now. We can talk about Spider-Man for a bit now. We'll segue into Spider-Man. We're going to be talking about some spoilers. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'm sure you've seen it. This movie has made $2 billion.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't get to talk about. I mean, I made my review, because I literally went to England. I went to West Palm literally the morning after. So I literally had to watch it, and I left, and then I went to England. So I don't have time to talk about it a lot. I really liked it. You shockingly didn't like it as much. I'm really shocked.
I'm not gonna say I didn't like it, but
you're the only person that I know.
Okay, when I
had a problem with it.
When I walked out of the theater, I said 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I was flabbergasted.
It was maybe a little harsh, just kind of. Funny enough, I've rewatched it, a majority of it on X. So it's been everywhere. You can find the full movie.
My friend Logan, I'm gonna name drop you for a second. Watched it all on TikTok.
That's
and my friend
funny.
Chase, I'm name dropping again. Frequent mentioner of this podcast, watched it on a cam rip. So pathetic.
But maybe I was a little too entrenched in it when I walked out of the theater. A 6 out of 10 is a little harsh. I'll probably give it a 7. Will I rewatch it? Yeah, probably. Obviously, when it hits streaming and stuff like that, I'll watch it again. Why not?
Is it Tom Holland's best Spider-Man movie to you?
No.
It's better than It's better than Far From Home, right?
I like Mysterio.
I like Far From Home, but I think that's the weakest movie of his. Homecoming's really good. I love Homecoming.
Yeah, I like Homecoming as well.
Obviously, I love No Way Home, but I mean, you take Andrew and Toby out of that movie, it's that's the argument we can have because a lot of people think obviously No Way Home is probably the biggest movie.
I think No Way Home's probably my favorite.
I just feel like
it kind of has to be, right?
I feel like No Way Home isn't as rewatchable as a lot of people say it is because it's you're really just waiting for you're really waiting for Toby and Andrew to pop up, Because the first time then he meets Ock and I'm like, okay, that's cool, and then because really shit really doesn't make me excited until the apartment scene. You know,
where Green Goblin is like,
Randy Ortoning him through the apartment floor. This just felt like, I don't know. I just really love. I don't know. I'm shocked because I know you love Hulk, and Hulk's in it. And this is like,
but that was a nothing burger.
I don't know, because they're easily setting up Savage.
Here's
Hulk.
what I said, and this could be, take it how you see it. This was like a mini origin for Jean Grey, and I don't think, if this was supposed to be one of the the big hitters for a final Tom Holland, where it's supposed to be Tom Holland as his movie, now he's getting into where it's everybody's going to be involved, and it's like X-Men's involved.
I disagree. I mean, I think this was Tom Holland's movie, and Jean Grey's there, but they obviously used.
You get sad Tom Holland for the whole movie.
Good. That's what people love. Sad Spider-Man when he's poor and he's sad. And
he wasn't poor. He was not poor. That was another thing, by the way.
He actually kind of is a little poor. It's a blink and you miss it scene where after he sees that girl that's into him, he's literally like, "Oh no." And then he's like, "Can you give me the attic with asbestos in it?" And that's how he's able to have that big ass.
Yeah, but that's his choice. He's not delivering pizzas, so he can make these little micro reactors in that attic with the pigeons shitting all over his high tech gear,
which he's scavenged.
Yeah, Iron Boy Spider again comes back to haunt us.
I think this is the best his suit's ever looked. I love that his suit. He's in the suit majority of the movie, and it's like real suit. Because obviously the first three are like
I like
the
all
CGI
that.
suit.
I like all that.
I understand what you mean, but like Jean Grey, like I really don't think like obviously the final quarter of it is all about kind of her, but obviously they're using her so Peter can kind of get over his arc.
So we're watching a whole movie now. It's a mini origin for the setup of essentially the X-Men.
Yeah.
There's no real villain.
I disagree. It's Jean Grey. The real villain's the damage control.
We don't know that to be true
because now they're
yet.
setting up that they're probably gonna be the ones to make the Sentinels.
And really, they didn't do anything. Like they didn't do anything super wrong. Yeah, it's like it leads you.
Didn't do anything super wrong. They killed her sister.
Well, again,
they killed her sister. She was looking at a fucking AC vent and died because she had a brain aneurysm because they kept pushing her.
So they're obviously, that's like a government body, so they're gonna be sketchy, right? Like that's a given.
But they've been sketchy in every iteration we've seen. No Way Home, they were like really not being fair to Peter in the thing. Miss Marvel, they were being a dick. Wonder Man, they were being a dick. And
again, it's just a government
I think they're going to make the Sentinels.
It's a branch of government.
That's the big theory going around, that they're going to make the Sentinels in the MCU. Because if you see it, they're literally getting like, they're learning about all these superpowers. They're definitely building weapons. They already were building weapons about, off of like his web. Yeah. So
and it's one of those things where they're leading you down that path of like, these are going to be people you have to worry about. But at the same time, in that movie specifically, they were kind of just like, just as clueless as we were watching it. Like, what's VMAX? He's like, I don't know. What's in that vault? He's like, oh, it's like really, it's like nothing.
I like
it's
that
like,
it was nothing.
Yeah, it's like, what was the other part? It was like with the guy that like the head of damage control, where he's just like, yeah. It's kind of just like breezed by, but it's like none of that makes sense to me. So
yeah,
he went and asked like, "Do you know about any of this?" He's like, "No."
Yeah, because he doesn't know what VMAX is.
At that point, you're thinking like, "Okay, he's hiding something," but in reality, he didn't know what the hell was actually going on.
Well, yeah, and then he obviously lied.
So even in that movie, they weren't necessarily, yeah, they were like, they were doing some shoddy stuff. You didn't know that until the very end, though.
Shoddy stuff. They killed her sister.
You didn't know that until the very end.
They killed her sister by brain aneurysm because they wouldn't let her stop
That was in
jumping.
the last 10 minutes of the movie you found that out. That's fine. Okay, now it's like, dang, that's messed up.
We all know they're evil, though. Like, we all know, like, Department of Damage Controls are not good people. They've been set up since No Way Home. Like, anytime I see them, it's like...
So why make
like
Jean Grey the villain? If you're saying this, now you're saying... Also, Jean Grey's also the villain, but now you're like you're being empathetic towards Jean Grey now at the end of the movie.
Not every movie needs a specific villain. She was technically the villain in this
waste
movie
of time then.
Until the end. Not really, because
if that's the case, just talk to Spider-Man and be like,
of time.
hey, help me out and figure something out here. And it's like, well, all right, let's go.
Waste of time. That literally furthers Spider-Man's character. You literally see him at the end. She's talking to Aunt May, and you literally see him take the mantle of Aunt May and become that person for her, and become that person and come to terms with what she said to him that day as well, which is like, you're gonna have this responsibility, but don't let it change you. And that's literally what he was dealing with the whole movie. because then he was getting these powers, and he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna go fucking ape shit because I know what MJ doesn't love me, and fucking my best friend is shooting up energy drinks without me. And then finally he realizes to harness that in because of what May told him, to not let this shit change you because a lot of people are going to treat you differently. And that literally goes in tangent with the X-Men, because the whole plot of the X-Men is racism. That's literally what X-Men is about. Is if I'm Jean Grey and I go save a cat from a tree, I'm going to be fucking hated for it because I was born this way. But then if Captain America goes and does it, it's okay because he was born normal and got experimented on. So that's the whole arc. It furthers Peter's mental. It helps him overcome his problems in the movie, and then it helps Jean Grey move on and show, wow, not everyone's evil. Woo! I rest my case on that. 9 out of 10.
6, 7 out of 10.
6,
Really?
7? Not even like that is crazy.
But we can both agree, Spider-Man might have just caused a big H situation with his inhibitors.
Big H?
Yeah.
What's Big H?
I think he's
like Hitler?
some type of situation. No.
Big H.
The event. So like, think of what comes now. X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Damage Control is the villain.
Oh yeah,
All the inhibitors now, Peter started that and created that.
We talked about that off screen. That inhibitor's either never going to be mentioned again.
Oh, it's going to be.
Or it's going to be mentioned, but it's hard because you can't have Peter or even really mention Peter in other projects because of Sony. So
I've seen theories that they're already talking about like Weapon X and using the inhibitor as a way to almost control Wolverine with also like a little bit of Jean Grey's like mind manipulation and like making him Weapon X.
The only thing I don't really like about
there's a lot of, I feel like theoretically, the way you hear things, there's so many like options.
Yeah, because we don't know. Again, we don't know where the X-Men are right now. Yeah. Like we just got announced that the X-Men cast, which I think the cast is pretty good. I don't know how I feel about the girl from Obsession. Though. Yeah, which is okay because
that'd be Danny DeVito.
Because I don't think Wolverine's really in the original X-Men team, if I remember correctly. I'm more Avengers. Like you know X-Men a little more than me, but like.
Yeah, he was always like the outlier.
But then he comes in later. Like, I really do I like the whole casting. I really do. I think the girl from Obsession as Rogue is the only one I'm kind of iffy on. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to be like recast because I'm sure she'll do good. But there was a fan cast, Kaylee Spaney, that I really liked. If you don't know her, when Last of Us was coming out, she was the one that everyone was like, look, this literally looks like Ellie. It blew up everywhere. And she's from Knives Out in the new Alien movie. I think she would have been great. But yeah, no Wolverine.
What's the other chick's name? Diazio or something like that. Diazio. What's her name?
Oh, Odessa.
Yeah. I like her.
Yeah, that would have been cool too. But
she has that rogue vibe,
hair.
like. But that's like more like you like anybody that plays Marvel Rivals, you kind of get that vibe from her.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the interesting question which we've talked about is like not on the pod but in person, like, are the X-Men functioning right now? Because now they're really young. I mean, Jean Grey's like they don't mention it. She's a teenager for sure. I think she's like 18 or 19. Because then everyone's like, why is Punisher shooting a kid? Mm-hmm. And I think the way to justify that is like she's 18 or 19, so she's not like a kid, but she's not. And like I remember that was a big plot point too with Spider-Man. But and then obviously Professor X's cast. I don't really know that guy. I mean, I'm sure he'll do a good job. But it's cool to have these guys younger. But it's like, is the mansion a thing? Like,
probably not yet.
I really think the movie's gonna end. The X-Men movie's gonna end with like the mansion and. I think a teaser for Wolverine. I really don't think they go 2 full movies without Wolverine. He's too big of a character.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already kind of like Adamantium's already in the MCU with. Remember from Captain America. At least everyone says these movies don't mean anything nowadays. I mean, Captain America literally set up Adamantium.
Yeah.
And like you said, now they have the inhibitor chip. For all we know, they could be experimenting on a Wolverine. And what were the other things of Spider-Man? Punisher, I think, was great. Obviously, he's a little more kiddie a little bit, but I think they did a good job bringing him over there, and I really believed.
I liked the kind of the cameos of all the villains that they show in their world. Gallery.
Yeah. Like I hope we see more of Scorpion because like he's been built up for a while now, and he's
in a lot of the animated show uses him a lot.
Yeah,
which I like. Like I liked the animated show.
Tombstone was in there for like 2
Friendly
seconds.
Neighborhood Spider-Man. That was a pretty good show. Like it's an animated show, but it's good.
Right. No, I've seen some episodes of that. His Rogue Gallery, just seeing him do it for a few years was good. again, I'm gonna say it. No mention of Daredevil. It's just like I get pissed. I mean,
didn't you say there was like a poster for?
So
Fisk?
I had it. So someone mentioned it on Twitter, and it's one of those things where it's like people can just bullshit.
Yeah.
So I did find the scene on TikTok, and I went to the scene. It's the scene where he's like getting his webs for the first time, and he's testing them out in that like alleyway, and on a dumpster you do see a Fisk poster, which is kind of crazy because Kevin Feige said in an interview that like the rights to Kingpin in the movies aren't as big as Vincent D'Onofrio made it out to be. Because Vincent D'Onofrio always like, it's so convoluted, and Kevin Feige's like, not really. There's no way. We need to see Kingpin at least once with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, he mentioned it in Daredevil Season 1 where he was like, you know, people dressed as a spider, and I just feel like there's no mention of Daredevil. Like the only thing you see is the girl handing him a key was Fisk's right-hand girl who becomes the mayor after Fisk, like, leaves. And you see her, she doesn't even have a talking role. Yep. So it's like, Spider-Man saving the city. I'm like, Daredevil got Fisk out of there. Like, what are we doing? Like, at least mention that. Like, it's just tough because all these things happen in New York, and you really can't like mention it. Yelena was good in the movie. I really like Yelena. I really think Yelena is one of like the connective tissues in the MCU, the big ones now, because she just has such stardom, like Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
And she's been in a lot of the projects post Endgame. And Hulk, obviously.
I did not like obviously everybody kind of felt some type of way about the little potatoes and big potatoes. Casey, I kind of agree. I mean,
my friend Casey made a good point, though, where he was like, no one knows he fought Thanos. Like, no one knows what he's done. You know, everyone forgot about, like, Peter. But, like, obviously they know Spider-Man, but, like, they don't really know that he was in space. Like, no one really knows what happened in space. Mm-hmm. So it's like, to them, he's more street level, which makes sense. Sure. Meanwhile, Yelena's fought fucking Void, you know? Yeah. So I get it from her perspective. Obviously, for us, we're like, well, Spider-Man is over here fighting everything. And I liked Banner in the film. I really do think they're setting up something big with that. It was Savage Hulk or something, because where do we leave him off? He's going to a fucking insane asylum now, which is sad as shit. Yeah. Like, and it really sucks that Peter couldn't like reach out to Yelena or someone or Sam or someone like to be like, hey, go help. Like, I don't know. I don't think Banner deserves that. Bro's been around forever, and now he's like in a psych ward. Like,
it's like you guys as New Yorkers know what you're dealing with. Like, this guy has saved New York now and the world. Like,
it's like, yeah, regular Hulk's back now, but like, don't send him to a fucking insane asylum. Send him on an island so he can figure some shit out, because his inhibitor broke.
Can he get a couple strikes before you? Like,
I know. Now that there's like
medicate?
One strike, it's done. Yeah. I like that the inhibitor broke, and I like that she scrambled his brain to where, because I remember it was Professor Hulk at first, and the minute we saw that, I was like, did they fucking goof us? I was like, there's no way, because everyone's been waiting for Hulk to come back since 2019, and this is the first movie since 2012, Avengers, where we see an on-screen transformation of Banner to Hulk. It's been 14 years since then, like, to see a full-screen transformation. And I think Hulk looked the biggest in this film. He looked really scary. And, yeah, it was only a few minutes, but that's all I needed to be like, okay, Hulk's back. And obviously they're going to set that up to where in the future.
I hope. I mean, I definitely sat forward in my chair. That was, like, the only thing that got me going, really, but...
Only thing.
Nah, that's troll. But,
but
I did very much enjoy it, I do really want to see more of Hulk.
I do too. I mean, cause like Hulk, not like. Yeah. I wish we can get a solo.
Not the watered down.
Not the Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
I think MJ was done well. I think that whole scenario was done well, where we had that scene that was like where they kissed, and then it turned out to be Jean, and the whole scene of Peter, like her finding the letter.
Some people was like, that's sexual assault.
Yeah, which I'm glad. And Peter's such a good guy, because then he did be like, hey, I just want you to know, like, we kissed when you were under control. Like, I feel like most people wouldn't say that. It's like, shout out Peter for consenting and saying that. We love that here. Also, the whole scene where there's no music and it's just them and she's reading the letter and she's like, I don't love you. It's like, what's up with Peters? Someone said, what's up with Peters in the MCU? Because it was this and now it's Gamora and Peter Quill. But obviously at the end, I think she's feeling something. I mean, there is that scene, I think you sent it to me, when Jean Grey like takes over that whole block of New York, and it pans to MJ and she's crying.
She's got a tear.
And everyone's like, why is she crying? And apparently they're saying that Jean gave her the memories back.
Or like how she enters the mind and you can kind of see that, but like it just vanishes.
Yeah.
So while maybe she was under control, she's actually seeing through her brain and memories of actually what happened. And
that's true as well, because I don't think she's getting her full memories back, because Ned was there, and a lot of people are kind of confused on the ending, because, which I think this was such a great way to end the movie, like with the handshake. Like, I got chills, like just the muscle memory, and everyone starts cheering. He's like, Peter. Everyone's like, oh my god, he remembers Peter. I don't think that's like, oh, I remember everything now. I think that was Ned remembering that MJ said Peter. Remember when Spider-Man had to leave and she said Peter, and he's like, Peter? And so when he's like, I'm Peter, he's putting two and two together that this is the guy who used to be his best friend, and this is the guy that is Spider-Man. And I think that's why he said Peter. I don't think he was like, Peter, because he's like, oh my God, I remember everything from the past 3 movies.
I mean, that's
But
another theory that everybody was led to. It's like, well, you know, this guy has like a little magic touch. He used the rings, the sling rings, and the No Way Home. They said
his hands are the thing that, and I think they deliberately shot it that way. I think he performed that of him saying Peter that certain way to kind of leave us on edge.
If he has some type of sorcery within himself, then maybe he can get cleansed of the spell easier than others.
Yeah, but I liked it. One thing I will give this film too is the action. They said they were basing it off of the video game, and he had a lot of finishers in this film.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, he has these powers, but he can control them, right?
I don't
wasn't
know.
like he lost the powers at the end, because he was at that prison. He was just like, you know. But yeah, I liked it. You thought it was pretty good.
It's a good movie.
$2 billion already. I mean, Spider-Man is one of those films that will always save Marvel. Next Spider-Man film to come out is Beyond the Spider-Verse, which that is going to be crazy because that is the finale of that. And we can talk on quickly Vision Quest. We can talk on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we don't know much. I'm really excited for it. I like this unofficial trilogy they've kind of made, which is WandaVision, which I think is one of their better shows. I mean, that was the first TV show. That was the first thing after Endgame besides Black Widow. Mm-hmm. And I liked it. Agatha all along. We've talked about it on the pod before. Really surprising show because
I'm glad it's getting tied in because I enjoyed Agatha.
It's one of those shows where, again, every show that I'm not hyped for ends up like I was not hyped for Loki because I was like, we don't need, and it ended up being one of the best shows. This like Agatha, I was like, why? And just like now there are some cringe scenes I think like when the sun is revealed and it's like playing like the song, but obviously it's like whatever. I don't really care that much. I think that was all good, and now we're getting the finale, which is Tommy and Vision and all the AI. It's like Jarvis and Edith and Ultron.
Ultron, James Spader coming back as Ultron is huge.
People are bitching because they're like, oh, he's not menacing, but we've known Ultron.
He can flip a script and instantly be menacing. My whole thing with
Ultron is like
we don't even know. He could still have like a ulterior motive that he's like,
which is, and we'll get to that in a second. Like my whole thing with Ultron is. Go and watch the first trailer for Age of Ultron. It is probably one of the best trailers Marvel ever made. I vividly remember that trailer. I think I made a trailer ranking video like 5 years ago on this channel, and that's like number 1. Ultron in that trailer is so damn scary, and I remember like, oh my god, this thing's gonna be nuts. And obviously, the Age of Ultron was more funny than it should have been, like especially with Ultron, like, he wasn't as scary. So I've accepted that Ultron's not really gonna be the Ultron from the comics or Ultron even from What If, who's like just this really menacing person. Obviously, James Spader, I'm the fucking Lizard King. You know, he could be menacing.
The potential is there if they wanted to and needed to, they could have him be.
But I don't see Ultron out of this show. Like, I don't see Ultron coming back outside of like this show, like in his mind.
Yeah.
Because it's like, again, we were talking about this. There's no Ultrons left outside of the body that we know. I mean, they killed all of them. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they could be like, he got away. But, like, I think he's truly dead. And it's going to be interesting as to why Ultron's back and what's going to happen with Vision. Because there was leaked concept art 2 years ago that came out now of Doomsday and Secret Wars. I don't know if you remember that. And one of the concept arts was White Vision hanging with Star-Lord. And they're like, then they end up basically running the Young Avengers as the other Avengers get hurt or whatever. So I wonder if White Vision's going to be in there. I think...
I mean, it showed White Vision, but it was like he was like charging or something, yeah.
Because I think he projected regular looking Vision, and that's when she was like, "Oh, where's your girl?" Blah blah blah. Do you think we see Wanda? Because we have to. It's been 4 years since we've seen Wanda. Last we saw her, she killed herself in Multiverse of Madness when she brought the temple down. But there was that one.
Okay, so there's newsflash. Another theory. That they showed the 4 witches for Doctor Doom,
and it's her.
And it was like a purple one, a brown one, a green one, and they were saying it's like
Claire or Seer, the Lady Loki.
Yeah, what's her
Wanda.
name? Oh, I forget. Lady Loki. What was her name?
Sylvie,
Wanda, Strange, and the third one was going to be Agatha.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I heard it was going to be... Because Agatha's dead. Remember? I heard,
she's like scissoring death.
but I heard.
So I don't know. Maybe.
Well, no, I heard it was gonna be Sylvie, Wanda, Strange, and Seer. Because remember at the end of Doctor Strange, remember Seer opens up the thing and Strange has the third eye, and she's like, "There's an incursion."
Yeah,
like,
you're
you
right.
started
You're
an
right.
incursion.
Yeah.
Because the main theory that it goes back to Doomsday. Apparently, like Strange is gonna agree with Doom.
That could be also.
Right?
Yeah.
Because every movie Doom or Strange has been in with multiverse, he's like, "Nuh-uh, like cut the shit. We don't need multiverse like problems." So I could see him doing that, but yeah, because last we saw Wanda, she was bringing the temple down, but then there was that red flash, and apparently there's a comic book that's out that I guess is canon. I don't like when they do the comic, like Star Wars does that shit, like, oh my god, it's Club Shido from fucking Comic 360. Oh, like come on, dude. Like obviously, you know, the animated shows going into live action are enough for me. Like whatever, that's a whole tangent I can go on, but apparently the TVA has the MCU Wanda in like hold, so maybe I don't know. I don't think she's dead. There's no fucking way they're gonna.
No,
I always said that.
I think she comes back, but I think it's gonna be with Doom. I don't think it's gonna be like.
You think they're gonna
Not
leave
in
her?
like Wanda or what's it, Vision Quest? No.
This show has to end kind of crazily, no? Because
maybe we get like Wanda's kids.
Oh, for sure. I think it's literally gonna end with
And, like,
Agatha and Billy meeting Tommy, because that's
Yeah.
literally what's happening, right? Agatha's pushing Billy, like helping Billy go find Tommy.
Right.
But this show, the finale of this show is 1 week before Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just no way that I just feel like there's no way this doesn't tie in at all.
But think of it as like a bomb drop. Like, okay, they get a reunion, and now they've met, you know, Wanda's kid, and that's like supposedly the father, or however the hell that's supposed to work.
Peepaw.
But then, you know, they don't find Wanda. Now what's going on? Boom, Doom got to her before she could...
I mean, no, that's why I meant, like, I'm not necessarily saying we're gonna like see Wanda, but it could, like you said, it's either gonna be like Wanda was supposed to be here. Like,
let's go find Mom.
Yeah. Boom, and then Doomsday starts. You know, I think there's a reason this show's coming out right now. It is cool that we have like an unofficial trilogy in the TV show though, and the art style looks good, and there's like some shots. I don't really know what's going on. All I know is that there's like a bounty hunter that's trying to kill Vision.
Yeah.
That's what I read the description. But interesting. And then it's what's more interesting is next year there's only one MCU project next year, which is Secret Wars 1, and so it's a whole year of nothing because Wonder Man got fucking canceled. I'm so pissed it got canceled. I love that show. And that's it. It's kind of interesting that there's nothing next year.
They might be letting us stew after this.
Doomsday.
Man.
I mean, because I'm thinking about that, but like Infinity War ended, and we had Ant-Man 2, and then we had Captain Marvel, and then we had Endgame. So it's like maybe they're just like you said. Maybe it's just like fuck it, you're gonna stew for a year. That's gonna be kind of
really. Did you need Ant-Man or Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, yeah. Ant-Man, I don't know. Captain Marvel's like insanely powerful.
No, I'm saying like, did you need those extra movies? In between.
Ant-Man, the movie itself is mid. The only thing you needed from Ant-Man was the end credits scene where he gets stuck in the quantum realm, because then that leads into Doomsday. Captain Marvel, I'd argue you needed, because Infinity War ended with the pager, and no one met Captain Marvel yet, remember? So then they had to have her movie so we can know who she is. And that end credits scene was the one where Steve and Liv were looking at the pager, and then she's like, "Where's Fury?" You know, just ends. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Maybe there's a secret project here. I doubt it, because they're probably gonna give us a year. Secret Wars is gonna be a huge send off, and then 2028. The way I'm viewing 2028 is like just the rebirth of. I mean, it's almost poetic because 2028 is 20 years since Iron Man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a fresh reboot where we're gonna start with the X-Men, and we have Ghost Rider. Those are gonna be those movies of that year.
Young Avengers, maybe. You got some Thunderbolt
I can
action.
see them scrapping the Young Avengers. Because the X-Men are early 20s.
Yeah.
They want to do a Young Avengers. Like, all of them are like 30 plus now. They took too long. It's over.
That's true too.
It's just gonna be interesting to see who stays and who goes, because obviously I think the Thunderbolts will stay
Got
around.
Miles Morales eventually gonna come into play.
You see, Tom Holland talked about that, and he said we had, like, Sony said they have an idea of Miles and how they want to do that, and there's kind of like an end game to that, and I think they're gonna give Tom 2 more movies to have another trilogy, and then probably the last movie will be him, like, I think the next movie will end with like a Miles reference, and then I think the final movie will be Tom like passing the baton to Miles, and then that's how he retires.
Yeah, I don't think everybody, like, they were saying the the tracker was like, oh, maybe that's Miles, but I don't know if that's really
They're
going to
not
play
going to
out.
bring Miles in the Secret War.
I think it's more so it has a better chance of being like Toby being, brought in or something like that, and it's picking that up, which, you can nitpick and pull at hairs like, oh, how's the tracker picking up him? It's like...
It's fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, Miles brings up a good point because it's like, again, how much do you want to care as a fan? Because obviously something as big as Doom taking over the timelines would affect what Miguel and the Spiders are doing.
Yeah.
But obviously the story arc for the Spider-Verse movies are all about Spider-Man. Like, it's not about the Avengers. So...
But you could say that about, like, any ground-level villain, like Fisk. Like, oh, what do you mean Fisk and Daredevil aren't in these movies? It's like, well, I mean...
If you put Daredevil in a hallway with Doom, he might win. I mean, come on, guys.
Give him a one take. And...
Yeah. I mean, Daredevil's story's probably coming to an end soon. I mean, how many more times can you... Like, he's getting kind of older. Fisk is getting older. I feel like this season might be the last season.
I feel like there was just no payoff for him, though. Like, Charlie Cox's portrayal as Daredevil, it was so good, and they never even gave him, like, a...
I mean, he's had the most screen time.
Come to Jesus moment with like a big film and a bunch of the heavy hitters.
Yeah. I mean, he's had the most screen time in the MCU. He has like 1,000-something minutes.
Which Iron Man? I mean, which Spider-Man was it where he was? Yeah, like he was the lawyer. It's like that was like the biggest payoff he's gotten.
I mean, again, just give us him one. I think they'll put him in a future Spider-Man film because leading up to this film, I mean, the fandom, everyone was like, "Where's Daredevil?"
Yeah,
and it wasn't there. I think they know we want to see that, so maybe I think we'll see that in a future film. Now that we have Punisher as well.
There's so much going on. Like, where do you squeeze in like another ground level like hero though?
I mean, the next Spider-Man film is probably 3 years away, which will take us after Secret Wars, so that we can easily go back to ground level. Again, like I said, it's going to be interesting.
Where do we go from here?
After Secret Wars, really. I mean, I think it's going to be X-Men and Fantastic Four related. Because I really do think it's going to be the X-Men in the MCU now. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see who they keep. Like, I think Thunderbolts will stick around because they're younger. Probably, I think Bucky's fucking dead in this movie. I think they're going to definitely kill some people in these movies. So there's been people that have been on contract since like 2010.
Yeah.
Who do they keep? Thor will probably stay around if he doesn't die. He'll probably have a Thor 5 eventually and then be done.
Ryan Reynolds?
He confirmed we'll get a Deadpool 4. Yeah. Guys, well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Big time to be an MCU fan.
Lots to be excited about.
Vision Quest comes out in a month and a half. We'll probably be doing, if not weekly episodes, we will be doing a podcast episode on that, and I'll get back into the flow of the podcast. Love Island Reunion is in a week. His wife, Kaylin, will be on. We talked about it. That'll be our final Love Island episode until next June. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's always been Joey and Lewis. See you later. Bye. Holy shit, I was great.